Yes, I finally beat him! Woo! You seem to be enjoying yourself. Hey, Cammy, did you just finish patrol? I am taking a break. I'm just taking a lunch break. Alrighty then. I also arrived to inform you that on patrol, I found someone who strangely knows you. There's no way. Aren't I supposed to be the only otherworldly life form here?
Here we go with this being all about you.
God damn it, of course you found a way to survive the rebranding.
Killing me off once didn't do shit. So what's twice gonna do to me?
This is curious.
Hahaha. You're playing Persona 3. Why don't you grow a pair of big boy pants and play a real Shin Megami Tensei game for once?
Says the one who has a total of 800 hours on Kirby Star Allies.
Fuck you, bitch.
Love you too. On second thought, I think I'm just gonna head back to patrol the city. Have fun. I wasn't originally planning on doing a list like this, but I figured, let's make a quick list for this sudden leak for a Persona 3 remake that was rumored to be in development. Keep this in mind that I don't take leaks seriously, because of course they're leaks, and hence they won't always be true. But here, I want to talk about this. So recently, leaked footage of Yukari Takiba in a Persona 5 art style was shown shooting a ton of arrows. Sure, it was only 8 seconds, and in some cases it looks fake, but who knows if it is real or fake. But this got me to wondering, since Persona 3 is my personal favorite of the series and one of my all-time favorite games, what would I want to see the most in a potential remake of the game? Well, that's what I want to do. At any rate, shall we burn our dread and our bread too? One reason why I prefer Persona 3 over Golden and 5 is because the game, at least to me, is the most challenging of the three. Most of the added changes to Persona 4, such as keeping your turn after getting back up, didn't feel rewarding, while to me, getting back up and not having a turn to me was more satisfying since it gave more of a challenge. It's like card games such as Uno in some cases, where you're forced to skip out on a turn if you end up being unlucky. A lot of people may not like it, but personally, I kinda do. But then again, I do like playing on easy since I'm not a Mega 10 masochist. I still haven't completed S&T free Nocturne for goodness sake. But you know what the HD remaster of Nocturne had? A merciful difficulty as free DLC for what is considered the hardest game in the entire Shin Megami Tensei franchise, making it more worthy for those just starting playing games and wanting to have a grandiose time. Same thing with Shin Megami Tensei 5 when they added a safety difficulty free DLC. Hell, since this is a Persona video, Persona 5's free DLC is a merciless difficulty, turning a chill game to a Persona fan's best wet dream. Did I seriously just phrase it like that? So, as for Persona 3 Remake, this to me would be perfect for both SMT and Persona fans all around. For those who are looking for some chill time, and the others who want to test their might ever since their god known as Nocturne. Not everyone is going to agree with whatever I say here, and that's fine, but personally to me, free DLCs for both merciful and merciless difficulties would be such a cool idea. This could just be me talking out of my ass, but let's take a quick look at the brief leak footage shown here. Yukari is shown here, I guess being powered up by her Persona IO, and adds Garu effects to her arrows and unleashes a flurry of 3 to 5 arrows very fast. And I can't help but get the feeling this feels like the individual showtime attacks from Persona 5 Strikers, where, if the gauge is built up to the max to anyone in the party, they can unleash a showtime attack where both the Persona and their user do a double team attack utilizing their best potentials. Individual showtime-like attacks in a Persona 3 remake would get an awesome chance to see the best of each C's member figuring out what they can do with their personas. Cause I mean, if this Yukari leak shown could be a showtime-like attack, just imagine what they could do with everyone else. Think about that. Going through Persona 3 Fez blind back in 2020, I was shocked to find out about Ikusuke's betrayal, how all our efforts at defeating the 12 Shadows were actually all a means of unleashing both death and the fall upon the world, and that Ikusuke was also one of the scientists during the Kirijo research team conducting the experiments on Shadows at Gekkoukan High in 1999. This was a shocking turn of events, cause I figured right from when we defeated the Hanged Man, I was like, there's no way this is over. And I was right. But what I was not expecting was, of course, your chairman, the one who has been by your side the whole time, causing a sin of betrayal. And what's more is that he was tuning Aiga so that he could reprogram her to listen to his commands, hence why she wasn't at the celebration party. But right when we were nearing the end of the conversation, I was like, okay, time to battle Ikusuke and Aiga. Disappointingly, we didn't get a boss fight. Given the circumstances, yes, it would be a forced loss battle due to the sacrificial crucifixion event that happened after, and ended in failure due to Aiga's controlling herself away from Ikusuke's commands and freeing her friends. But I felt like this would have been a more impactful moment if we got to fight Ikusuke and Aiga. Just a lot of potential we could have had for a fight like this, such as party member dialogue during a fight trying to free Aiga, and have a 100% miss rate due to it being a forced loss battle because even though Aiga is a robot, everyone treats her as their precious friend, so it would be very cool and tragic to see these ideas put into one boss. Also, Sega, Atlus, if you want to put music from your 4 episodic Persona 3 movies, which please do, please put Sound of a Beast as the boss theme for this fight. It's pretty much Ikusuke's theme. You want to know what one of my favorite rewards in video games is? The kind that rewards you for having saved data on previous games. It's like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where you're rewarded with a Partner Pikachu and Partner Eevee spirits for having Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee save data on your Switch depending on the version you've played. This is something I want with Persona, especially since Portable, Golden, Royal, Arena, Ultimax, and Strikers are on Steam and on all current platforms. Imagine getting rewarded costumes and or music for having save data from those games. Imagine Cease in Yasugami High and Shujin Academy uniforms and Phantom Thief outfits just for having save data on Golden and Royal. That would rock! And not just Persona games, but also potentially from other Sega and or Atlus save files like Sonic and SMT3 Nocturne. And exclusive SMT5 rewards for a Switch version. I mean, it wouldn't be impossible for the Persona 3 remake to make it a Switch. If Atlus could get Royal and Strikers to work on the Switch, then I have no doubt that they can get the remake to work too. Persona 1 and 2 content. For the longest damn time, Persona 1, Innocent Sin, and Eternal Punishment have been ignored by Atlus to the very point that they barely got anything for the Persona 25th anniversary, which by the way had the protagonist faces on the banner. And yeah, we got some content for Persona 5 like costumes and battle music for those games, but that needs to return for the Persona 3 remake. Fez already has some remixed music tracks from those 2 games, but they can go above and beyond. Costumes, music, hell, go all out and have New Game Plus optional battles of Naoya from Persona 1 and Tatsuya and Maya from both Persona 2 Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment. It's time everyone stops pretending that Persona 1 and 2 don't exist. They do, and if they don't get recognition, I'm gonna be kindly upset. This to me are 2 things that need to return, and yeah, due to time and money, they might not be able to do both, but at least one of these should be in the game. And for that, the thing I want to see return in the remake is the return of the female main character from Persona 3 Portable and the Answer story mode from Fez. While I think Persona 3 Portable is more heavily flawed than Fez, the best thing the game has given us is the option to pick between genders before starting up a new game. This allows for so much replayability because the female Rue has exclusive music and changes up the social link since some characters have been replaced. And plus of also the exclusive scenes you get as FemC. Imagine that experience but with proper animations rather than the visual novel style that was used in Portable due to handheld limitations of the PSP. That would be awesome. And the Answer. While I don't like the gameplay, the story is one of the most important stories in all of the Persona franchise. I am certain that they can refine the gameplay a bit so that the bosses are not unbearably unfair most of the time. But like I said at the beginning of the segment, games take up time and money, and if they were able to add these, the sad reality is that we may only get one of both. So, what would I like to see return the most? FemC or the Answer? While the game would have higher replayability because of FemC, I think the Answer is going to end up being the more likely. It's a crucial story on how the characters tend to grow remembering the MC and the concept of a story about grief and loss. So yeah, the answer is more likely to return. And that's my top 5. While I still have my doubts about the leaks and rumors of a Persona 3 remake actually happening, it's always good to speculate what you want to see and what you want to return. Especially if it's a remake of one of your favorite games and one of your most personal, influential games ever made. I'm User1 Campbell, and even though this video was short, it was really fun to talk about and speculate. At any rate, see you all next time.